Hey, welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to what's a Monday show, and we've got a couple of because it's been a big weekend of action, so we've got a couple of shows for you, just reviewing stuff that's happened over the week. And one of the big talking points, of course, is the Bayernliga over? Is Bayern Munich's domination of the Bundesliga over? Because there is a three-way tie in the Bundesliga. It's quite late in the season to have this. We don't usually get this sort of very rarely do you get these sort of title races in the Bundesliga at this one of the season. But 43 points for Bayern, Union Berlin, and Borussia Dortmund. So the question, of course, is there an opportunity here for Bayern Munich's big long run as German champions to come to an end? I mean that I can see why people would think that when Bayern Munich are a team that are a bit in transition. They've got a few players that are kind of coming to the end of their careers, like Neuer, Muller. I don't know, he's injured, but he's coming to the end of his career anyway. You've got Muller, you've got a few others as well there who kind of like sort of slowing down, kind of moving out, and then you've got players like Mane, you got Upamecano and Musiala, these guys coming in, and then you've got the sort of generation in the middle, like the Gnabrys, the Sanes, the Goretzkas, the Kimmich. I mean, Kimmich has been brilliant, but I think Delict as well. I think some of these players haven't exactly stepped up to the plate. And so therefore there's a bit of a weird transition that's going on with Bayern Munich, where they're still a good team, as they showed against PSG. They showed that they're a good team, but then there's also obvious gaps. And some people might say it's nature because they always lose to Borussia Mönchengladbach. But the fact is that they haven't been at their best this season. So is there an opportunity for somebody else to come in and claim the title? I wouldn't rule it out, but the only issue is we've seen this before with Bayern Munich. Sometimes they have seasons where they're not that good. The problem isn't that Bayern haven't, the reason why Bayern have been dominant isn't always been down to the fact that they've been good. It's also because their rivals are unable to catch up to them when they've not been good. I mean, Borussia Dortmund so often, in times they've looked like a team that could do it, and then they falter at the last stage. And particularly, I think in 2019, I believe it was, when they were almost there. And then they just fell away, and Bayern just came in and took the title. So it happens. It's happened maybe in 2020, but I think it's 2019 when it happened, when Dortmund had a nice little lead over Bayern, and then just kept losing, and Bayern just took the title, pretty much cakewalked it in the end. So that's the key question. Can Borussia Dortmund or Union Berlin, sustain that consistent run of form long enough to keep Bayern Munich away while this as they're slipping? And that's the key question. I don't think Union Berlin have the squad to do it. I'd love to see Union Berlin do it. That would be probably bigger than Leicester in the Premier League, I feel. Because Union Berlin are just a club that has come out of absolutely nowhere to Bayern Munich's domination of the Bundesliga in 2023 is far greater than any Premier League club at that time had. So there's definitely, it would be a bigger achievement for them. I just don't feel they have the squad to do it at the moment. And they drew against Schalke as well, so they didn't win in that game. They won that game, they would have been top of the league. So there is that. I think Dortmund probably will be the closest challengers. The thing about Dortmund is, do they have the mentality to chase Bayern down, and then once they get ahead, if they get ahead, to keep Bayern away? That's the key question. They do have a very good team though, Bayern. I mean, Jude Bellingham is a fantastic player who's not going to be at Dortmund at the end of this season. You got Julian Brandt, who somehow had a resurgence in his career. Sebastian Haller, what a story that would be for him if he could go on and win the title. Then you've got Karim Adeyemi, who's popped up with useful goals and useful contributions. Bino Gittins doing well off the bench. Mukoko doing well as well when he's got a chance. You've got Malen, who came with so much fanfare. Hopefully he will start finding his feet as well. And then you've got the defense, of course, Schlotterbeck, Sulai. They've looked good. So they have looked good in patches. And of course, Gregor Kobel. You can't forget Gregor Kobel. I mean, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I think probably the first time since Weidenfeller that they've actually had a good goalkeeper. So they've got the elements. It's the question is, do they have the mentality? Do they have this? The coach have the nous? The good thing is, I don't think Nagelsmann is necessarily at the same level as some of the past Bayern coaches that have dominated the Bundesliga, the likes of the Guardiolas, the Flicks, as well as the Hinches, those guys. There was something else. I don't think Nagelsmann is at their level. So there's definitely, the chances there. You know what? I'll be brave and I'll say Dortmund could do it. I'll say Dortmund could do it. I mean, I would love, the mind, it's the heart and the mind thing, right? The mind says, no, it's not going to happen. Bayern are going to find the way to win the title like they always do. But the heart says, maybe Dortmund will do it this year. And what a way it would be for Jude Bellingham to go out as well. Win a title with Dortmund, and then, finally, bow out and give the club back so much. That's given him a lot as well. So it would be great to see. I mean, that would really enhance Jude Bellingham's legacy as well. The fact that he won a title with Borussia Dortmund, or that he led, not the one, but he led Borussia Dortmund to the title. Because make no mistake about it, Jude Bellingham is the leader of that team. Now he really is. Now that Reus is slowing down, he is. So what a feather in the cap would be for him. So and I love Jude Bellingham. So let's go Bush Dortmund, sorry to say. But I think that's what it is, the heart over the mind, isn't it? You still feel Bayern have enough about them to win the title. I feel like they do. But then again, if somebody's going to sneak in and do it, I think Dortmund might just be able to sneak in and do it, particularly with the form that they're in. So the question is, it's not the question about ability, it's a question about mentality. Do Dortmund have that mentality to do it? So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Of course, if you think that finally the 10-year reign is coming to an end, would love to hear your thoughts, of course, on it. Do smash a like if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe to our channel if on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Of course, we appreciate your support. Like I said, we got a couple more things to come today, so when you subscribe, do get notified as videos drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.